focusing solely on lower body and core is a very short-sighted approach for improving running performance. We also need to think about upper body considerations. So, for example, having the mobility at the thoracic spine, having the flexibility at the shoulders, and then also having some good strength up in the upper back between the shoulder blades. Because from a postural standpoint, it's important to be in this nice tall posture. The more we fall forward, the more we really change our position. It's harder to be as efficient throughout the lower body. So making sure we're creating this position, we're in a nice tall position, good mobility at the thoracic spine, really able to move through a nice full arm swing, and we're not in this forward rounded posture which restricting our arm swing but also making it harder to getting in a nice deep breath to really improve respiration, and then also strength through the upper back to get those shoulders back. So those are three areas which I want to dive into here in a second, show you three very simple but effective mobility drills, stretches, and activation or strength exercises to help you improve upper body function. So the first thing is thoracic spine mobility. The thoracic spine is this area of the spine just below the neck and then just above the lower back. So a lot of different vertebrae right there that typically, because of poor posture, technology, sitting at work, we tend to be more forward rounded in this more really increased kyphotic or kyphosis. So what we want to do is work on extension and rotation to help us really regain this upright tall position through the thoracic spine. So to do that, laying on your side, the side lying drill is typically the best one that I have found to help improve thoracic mobility. And if we bend the knees, both knees here, if I look at my kneecaps here, they're aligned in this position. I don't want to start offset like this because that's easier to rotate because my hips aren't aligned or stacked. So knees are aligned there. Bottom arm holds the top knee down. I'm just going to take a deep breath. Breathe, exhale, and then really big rotation. Once I get to the end, I'm not just going to come back. I'm actually going to breathe and try to use breathing to sink deeper into that position, because that's going to start to mobilize the spine, loosen up a lot of those muscles around the spine that attach segment to segment, and also spine to rib cage. Breathe and rotate. So obviously doing that on both sides is important, and especially seeing is one side more restricted than the other, but that is a good starting point to help improve upper body posture as it relates to running. Now that we worked on opening up the thoracic spine and help increasing mobility there at those series of joints, looking at the pecs and the shoulders is important next, because we don't want to be in this forward rounded position at the shoulders. We want to be in a nice pulled back position where we think of hips, shoulders, ears. We're in a nice tall alignment from there. So very simple, this pec stretch, doing it in a wall or in a doorway is very beneficial. If you bring that elbow up shoulder height, I'm going to plant my hand on my wall. Obviously my arm is straight out to my side right now, but I'm going to slowly just walk forward. As I do that, muscles through the pec, the anterior deltoid, coracobrachialis, a few muscles through the front of the shoulder here actually start to lengthen. So I'm getting that shoulder to be able to pull back into a better position if I'm in a forward rounded posture. And I'm going to hold that 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, doing that on both sides. Again, same thing here. Leaning forward, walking forward, opening up through the pec, the shoulder. But that is the next way to then pull us into a position. Now that we have the motion to be able to get into that position, next I'm going to show you how to strengthen through the back, which is going to help really allow us to stay in that tall posture, because we can stretch all day, but unless the muscles in the back are in their correct position and strong, be able to really resist against fatigue, we're just going to fall back into that rounded posture. Now that we worked on flexibility and mobility to get up into that position, to be able to put ourselves in the position to be tall, now it's important to work on strength and activation throughout the upper back, which is going to hold us in that position. So one of my favorite exercises is called the bent over T. Very simple, don't even need weight to perform this exercise, but it helps us teach the shoulder blades and the shoulders how to get back in more of a retracted position, because that's what's going to help us maintain that good alignment and positioning through the shoulder and the upper body. So bent over T, small bend in the knees, it's going to hinge forward at the hips. I like to go thumbs out to the side because that is going to drive a little more external rotation throughout the shoulders, as opposed to doing it here where the shoulder can be more neutral or internally rotated. And a lot of people are more forward shoulder and rotated inward, so it kind of helps drive that proper position a little bit more. So as I come down here, palms are facing, thumbs rotate out to the side, my back is flat, I'm gonna lift up, squeeze between my shoulder blades, and nice and easy as I come back down. So I can do 10 to 20 repetitions of that. All I'm trying to do is get those shoulder blades back in a closer position to the spine, improve activation, strength, and endurance through the rhomboids, middle trap, those muscles which are really big from a postural standpoint, to keep those shoulders now back into a better alignment. Okay, there you have 3 strategies to help improve flexibility, mobility, and activation and strength that really help from a postural standpoint to help improve not just posture, but also running performance, making sure we're not falling victim to technology and being in this forward rounded position, but being able to be upright with good motion at the spine, the shoulders, and good strength through the upper back to then carry out a very good position when we get to our running. If you have any questions at all, feel free to comment below or send me a message so I can help you more with upper body posture as it relates to running.